Hi everybody, this is Hallyu Like That. I'm James and I'm here with Donna, and we're going to talk about why Jin will be missed. And why we are discussing that today is because today Jin is going into the South Korean military. As part of his responsibility as a South Korean citizen, males have to spend 1.5 to 2 years in the military. But Donna and I wanted to send off Jin with a little bit of a tribute video to him and discuss some of our thoughts regarding Jin.
For me, I feel like he's the one that you'd want to take home to your parents. He's kind of like the cheesy, very likable, very handsome, tall guy who he's just that archetype.
But I can say that for me as a fan, there's been some things that I have come to discover about Jin recently. I would say that he wasn't like the first person that came to my mind as far as having a bias in BTS. I slowly developed an appreciation by watching various videos of him on YouTube. But before I even get to those things, I want to just say something first about him as a performer in the group. Some of the other members in BTS have a very definable skill that sort of stands out. You know, for example, Jimin has that incredibly ethereal high falsetto. You got RM as the leader of the group and a great rapper, and J-Hope's got these amazing dance ability, is an amazing dancer. I find that oftentimes people don't speak too much about Jin and what he brings to the table. And I was recently watching a video of Answer Love Myself, and in it the video shows you who's singing when in the song. And I was very surprised to see which parts Jin was singing, because it's an incredibly high falsetto, but unlike Jimin's, who has very sweet high vocal range, Jin's is very powerful. And
yeah,
you know what I mean? And I
it's
was kind of
piercing sometimes.
Right? He's got like a strong high falsetto. And I believe that that quality gives BTS another, I don't know if you can call it a weapon in their arsenal, but another tool in their kit to really keep their, vocal palette so varied and so interesting, and allows them to share the vocals in a way that keeps the dynamic range, the variety of vocal sounds. They don't duplicate one another. They'll bring different things to the table. And I was really kind of intrigued to see how Jin's vocals were really an integral part of the BTS vocal palette.
It really cuts through on Run BTS as well. There's a section in that song where he goes, tell me what you wanna, tell me what you wanna. It just pierces through, and you're just like, whoa, that was Jin.
It's powerful. It's strong, and it's that you were mentioning something about the uniqueness of his voice. I would say that would be one of the aspects of his voice that's very unique. You were also telling me something about how you thought he might be a great Trot singer.
Oh yeah, totally. He has that in Trot, similar to country singing. It's they like to do a lot of vocal breaks and cries in the voice.
That high lonesome sound.
Yeah, high lonesome, that kind of stuff. And he can do that. He could be
a bluegrass singer, right?
Yeah, right. He could do the high lonesome for sure. And
absolutely.
And his Supertuna song, which is a Trot type of song. He does kind of these cool, fun, low growls, and that kind of thing, and he plays with his voice.
Another quality that I was shocked to find was when I was watching some of these BTS videos of them behind the scenes, sort of just their candid videos of them, goofing around before performances and whatnot. And him and Jungkook were having a push-up contest and a deep knee bend contest. And Jungkook Jungkook has such a reputation for being such a tremendous athlete and being so fit and all that. But Jin was outdoing him in both of those areas, and I was stunned to see that. And so like he's just such a quiet, unassuming guy, and yet he's also the oldest member of BTS. And I saw a video where there was some sort of conflict happening within the group, and I guess Jin was saying how he doesn't enforce this like I'm the Hyung of the group and you all have to like treat me a certain way. He's always sort of been like just one of the guys, but I guess things gotten a little out of hand and he kind of got upset about it, and it led to a little bit of friction.
맞지만 솔직히 그래도 형이니까 자존심 상하지. 근데 나는 최대한 너네들한테 자존심을 안 부리려고 한단 말이야. 나는 세상 살아가면서 자존심이 제일 쓸데없다고 생각하고.
But they resolved it, and it was really interesting seeing how the group dynamics of BTS work. That they're just like tremendous at synergy, at being diplomatic with one another and having tremendous respect for each other and expressing their feelings to one another in ways that get them to conflict resolution. And I mean, rock bands are famous for breaking up and falling apart because of like personality conflicts. And you got 7 guys in a group and they are all living together. I mean, most rock groups don't live together and are that close. And so I was really impressed to see how he conducts himself within the group, you know, not as the official leader of the group, but as the oldest member.
Yeah, I think he's very humble. And in the times that he does like, you know, say I'm worldwide handsome and that kind of thing, you know, he's just joking and he gets away with it.
It's a goof.
Yeah.
He's not even really being all that. He's not really bragging. He's kind of poking fun at the whole thing in general, you know?
Yeah.
I saw these other videos of him, like, for example, like him playing a video game.
이거 어떻게 하지? 여기서 점프를... 잠깐만. 오케이. 잘했어.
And it was... I feel like a lot of super mega stars would not put themselves up on the internet playing a video game.
제발. 와, 왜? 안 움직였잖아.
And I feel like Jin is so down to earth, and he doesn't care. He's just cool with being who he is. He's not afraid to be like, it's just a normal guy. There was also another video of him practicing the piano. He was struggling along, but he had this one moment in there that was actually surprisingly heartfelt when he was playing this little piece. I don't know. It's like, I guess it's just in him to like when he's performing, emotions coming out. I also found like him to be like a very quirky person. You know, his Supertuna video couldn't be any quirkier of a solo project, right?
Yeah.
And like, did you see the video of him showing up at Jungkook's house for his birthday?
갈까요?
이제 가야죠. 왜? 취하셨잖아요.
아니요, 저 안 취했어요.
아이.
딱 한 잔 했습니다. 네, 그러셨어요.
아까 2잔 했다고 했거든요.
Oh yeah, I love that video. Yeah.
감사합니다. 와주셔서.
내 음주방송 괜찮니?
I mean, he had like the strangest gift. He was being so silly. He was really cracking Jungkook up to no end. He just brings so much laughter and joy to wherever he goes. I mean,
He brought these humongous, gigantic grapes. Like,
it's just such a funny choice.
I know.
I mean, I can only imagine that having him in the same group with you just kind of always brings this jovial vibe to the group, which is probably very helpful to keep the group's spirits up.
yeah, I mean, I thought it was hilarious when he was taking these humongous grapes and like decorating this like white cake with it. And I mean, I don't know who would even think of doing something like that.
Exactly. And Donna, you were when his I guess you call it a send-off video song, when Astronaut came out, you had some thoughts about that as far as it being in the tradition of the military send-off song that other idols in the past have done. Could you share us a little bit about your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I kind of have been brewing in my mind that a lot of times idols, right before they go into service, they will often have, their last song before they do that sometimes often can be read as sort of a message about, going into the military and that kind of thing. Like one really famous one is Taemin's song Advice that he released right before going into the military, which is very intense, and it was quite the statement. But I think in Jin's case, it was very much a love letter to Army. For sure. And, if you remember, there's kind of like this alien ship that comes in that's kind of obviously calling to him. And I think here it's sort of a metaphor of the military service calling him to, go into the service or, go into service. But he decides to stay on Earth, and he has this relationship with this young girl that is a friendly relationship that, I think she symbolizes, his connection to his fans and, that kind of thing. And obviously, for me, it feels like, well, my heart is with my fans, with the people here. And even though I know I have to go, back to, his alien ship or whatever, or in this case, the military, he knows he has to go, but in his heart, he chooses to stay, I think is kind of the message he's putting out there.
Yeah, I thought the symbolism of the suit being too small for him was sort of reflective of the fact that he's maybe growing out of a certain phase of his life and ready to move on to another one. So anyway, we'd all like to hear everybody's thoughts about this. We're finding that as nascent YouTubers, we like engaging with people. We love reading the comments. It's so interesting to us to be able to like make these videos and put them out there and hear thoughts from other people. It makes this whole activity so much more fun and enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely. We want to know what your reasons are. Jin will be missed, and I want to know what songs we'll be listening to as you think about Jin. For me, it's definitely the song Yours. Oh my gosh, when I hear that song, I just like want to cry. He says, every day you seem too far away. Every time you do, I tell myself I'm waiting here. And so Jin will be waiting for you, and sending you all the good love and vibes, and wishing you all the best.
Right on. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you again at our next video, and we hope you enjoyed this one, and take care.
Every day you seem too far away. Every time I do, I tell myself 이곳에서 기다리고 있어.